Namaste, 10th standard students. So we will continue the non-detailed lesson Karna written by Rajagopala Charya. So in the last video we have discussed the comeback, how Karna entered the arena where competition was arranged for the princes, Pandavas and the Kauravas. So looking at the Karna, all the faces in the arena goes on Karna, and he challenges Arjuna. Karna challenges Arjuna that he will fight against him, and he shows all the archery that he had learned, and whatever Arjuna has shown in that competition, that he repeats it in a very easy manner. So people get the public wonders how easily he has shown the archery in the arena. Now he was stopped. He was stopped to fight against the Arjuna, the prince. He was because the arrangement was made to test and to show their proficiency in the art of war only to the royal family. So now Kripacharya stops Karna from competing with the Arjuna. He says this function is this is arranged only for this competition is arranged only for the royal family, as Arjuna is a prince. He cannot fight with the common man, unknown common man. Now what Duryodhana does here, he suddenly decides with the permission of Bhishma and Dhritarashtra, he makes Karna as the king of Arjuna. He declares him the king of Anga, and the ceremony of the kingship goes on, and he gets the crown, and whatever is required for the kingship, he gives it to Karna, and thereby makes him the king of Anga, and makes him he is suitable to fight against Arjuna. So seeing this all these ceremonies, everything, seeing this, the foster father of Karna comes over there. He is charioteer Adhiratha, and he was the foster father of Karna, and he enters the assembly, and thereby starts. He was with a quaking voice and fear, hugs Karna, embraces him, and gives him congratulations. Now, seeing this, Bhima says something. At this side, Bhima roared with laughter and said, "Oh, he is after all only the son of a charioteer. Take up the driving whip. Then, as befits percentage, thou art not worthy of death at the hands of Arjuna, nor should thou resign in Anga as a king." So what Bhima says, so as you are a son of a charioteer, you are not worth of a death from the hands of Arjuna. Forget about being a king of Anga. You cannot even die in the hands of Arjuna. So at this outraged speech, Karna's lips trembled with anguish, and he speechlessly looked up at the setting sun with a deep sigh. But Duryodhana broke in indignity. Seeing this, he just looked at the setting sun, because after sunset they cannot fight. So seeing this, Karna becomes a little bit dull, and Duryodhana comes to rescue him. "It is unworthy of you, O Vrikodara. It is unworthy of you, O Vrikodara, to speak thus. Valor is the half mark of a Kshatriya. Nor is there much sense in tracing greater heroes and mighty rivers to their sources. I could give you hundreds of instances of great men of humble birth, and I know awkward questions might be asked of your own origin. Look at this warrior, his godlike form and bearing, his armor and earrings, and his skill with weapons. Surely there is some mystery about him. For how could a tiger be a born and an antelope unworthy of being king of Anga? Didst thou say, I verily hold him worthy to rule the whole world? So how he rescued whatever Bhima has said, he just defended. Duryodhana tries to defend Karna by saying this. It is unworthy of you. So whatever you are saying, this is unworthy of you. It doesn't suit you. O Vikrodara, to speak thus, valor is the hallmark of a Kshatriya. Nor is there much sense in tracing greater heroes and mighty rivers to their sources. You cannot, if you try to find out the sources of the mighty rivers, you will get a small sources only. Every river, when it is taking birth, it won't be a not of big size. Every river, when it taking birth, it will be from a small stream. So you cannot ask the source of a mighty river. I could give you hundreds of instances. I can give you so many examples of great men of humble birth. So without humble birth means of not of big family, not taking birth in a big family, still they became great heroes, great kings. And I know awkward questions might be asked of your own origin. So now if you are pointing at Karna, you are pointing at the origin of Karna, the source of Karna. If I can ask about your birth, it will be very awkward. So don't allow these things to happen. Look at this warrior. He's showing at Karna and saying, look at this warrior. His godlike form. He looks like God. And bearing his armor and earrings, and his skill with weapons. How skillful! Without any much training, he is very skillful with his weapons. Surely there is some mystery about him. You cannot guess, you cannot imagine about his existence. For how could tiger be born of an envelope? A tiger cannot be born to an antelope. It's an animal, a common animal in the forest. Unworthy of being king of Anga. You cannot call him unworthy to be a king of Anga. Didst thou say, I verily hold him worthy to rule the whole world. So what he is saying, he is defending. He is saying, it's not only he can rule Anga, but he is worthy of ruling the whole world. In generous wrath, Duryodhana took Karna in his chariot and drove away. So what he did, he took Karna in his chariot and drove away. The sun set, the crowd dispersed in tumult. So in confusion, the crowd dispersed. After sunset, they don't stay, and there won't be any activity in the night. So the crowd dispersed. There were groups loud in talk under the light of the lamps, some glorifying Arjuna. So as the crowd dispersed, some were talking about Arjuna, and some were talking about Karna, and others again Duryodhana, according to their predilection. So whatever they are thinking, they are talking and supporting about the three people over there. Indra foresaw that supreme contest was inevitable. Now the Indra, the father of Arjuna, is he is predicting that the great fight is inevitable. It is unavoidable. You cannot avoid the fight between the two brothers. Both are strong. Arjuna as well as Karna, both are strong. One cannot avoid this. So inevitable, not be avoided between his son Arjuna and Karna. And he put on the garb of a Brahman. So he went as a Brahman and came to Karna, who was reputed for his charity. So Karna is known for his charity. He is good in charity. He is good in giving away whatever he has. He is good in giving charities. So begged him. So Indra came as Brahmana to Karna and begged him his earrings and armor. Karna Kundala, he asked. The sun god had already warned Karna in his dream that Indra would try to deceive him in this manner. So, sun god, Bhaskara, he is the father of Karna. So, what he had done already, he had already told in the dream, he had come in the dream of Karna and he had warned. He was warned. Karna was warned by the sun, the god sun, that Indra will come to you in this manner as a Brahmana. He will come to you in this manner as a Brahmana, and he will ask you your armor and your earrings. So, still Karna could not bring himself to refuse any gift that was asked for of him. His nature was like that. Whatever you ask, whatever anyone asks with Karna, he just gives away. His heart is so pure that he just gives away whatever he has. He doesn't refuse anything. Whatever you ask, he just gives away. So it's the same way. Karna could not refuse Indira, though the sun god has warned him that Indira will come in the shape of Brahmana and deceive him. Still Karna could not bring himself to refuse any gift that was asked of him. Hence he cut off the earrings. So cut off the earrings, not removing. He cut off the earrings and armor with which he was born and gave them to the Brahmana. So he cut off the earring and his armor which he was born with. He was born with those things. So it was not artificial. When he was taking birth, he had it on his body. So he gave it to that Brahmana. Indra, the king of gods, was filled with surprise and joy. He was happy. Indra was very happy that he got this. After accepting the gift, he praised Karna as having done what no one else would do. So Indra praised Karna that whatever he is asked him, he has given it. So on this earth, no one will do this. So, and shamed into generosity, bade Karna ask for any boon he wanted. So Indra asked Karna, if you want anything, you can ask a boon from me. Karna replied, I desire to get your weapon. I want your weapon. The Shakti, which was the power to kill enemies. So, a weapon which has the power to kill the enemies. You cannot avoid the death of the enemies. If you use it, the enemies will be killed. So this is a Shakti weapon. Who has this Shakti weapon? Indra has this Shakti weapon. Now Karna is asking as a boon from Indra this Shakti weapon. Indra granted the boon. Okay. It is granted, but with a fateful proviso. A proviso is put by Indra while giving this Shakti weapon. You can use this weapon against but one enemy. You cannot use it on everyone. This weapon can be used with only one enemy, and it will kill him, whoever he may be. So it is against only one enemy. But this killing done, this weapon will no longer be available to you, but will return to me. After killing one enemy, this weapon will return to me. With these words, Indra disappeared. So, with these words, Indra disappeared and went back. And Karna had lost his armor and his earring, and he got a Shakti weapon from Indra, but with a proviso that this weapon can be used against only one enemy, and after killing that enemy, that weapon will revert back to Indra. So next, Karna went to Parashurama. So after this incident, Karna goes to Parashurama and became his disciple by representing to him that he was a Brahmana. So Parashurama is the one who his only disciples are Brahmanas. He doesn't take any other people. Only who are Brahmanas are taught by Parashurama. Karna went to Parashurama and became his disciple by representing to him that he was a Brahmana. So Karna lied with the Parashurama, saying that he is a Brahmana. He learned from Parashurama the mantra for using the master weapon known as Brahmastra. So now he got this Shakti weapon and also the Brahmastra. He want to know the technique of using the Brahmastra. So this technique is known only to Parashurama. So he wanted to learn from Parashurama. But Parashurama doesn't teach the Kshatriyas or any other people. He only teaches the Brahmanas. He has no other option but to lie that Karna is a Brahmana, and he tried to learn it. So one day Parashurama was reclining with head on Karna's lap when a stinging worm burrowed into Karna's thigh. What happened now? One day when the process of learning was going on, Parashurama was sleeping on the thighs of Karna. So at that time, a stinging worm, it is called Scorpio, burrowed into Karna's thigh. So it went into the Karna's thigh. Blood began to flow. So it has bitten him. The Scorpio had bitten him, and Karna started bleeding, and it was of terrible pain. Blood began to flow and the pain was terrible, but Karna bore it without tremor, lest he should disturb the master's sleep. Parashurama woke and saw the blood which had poured from the wound. He said, "Dear pupil, you are not a Brahmana. A Kshatriya alone can remain unmoved under all bodily torments. Tell me the truth." So, the stinging worm went into the thighs of Karna, and it bit thigh of Karna, and blood began to flow. It started bleeding, and he had a terrible pain. Karna had a terrible pain, but he did not move. He did not move because he did not wanted to disturb his master who was sleeping on his thigh. So when Parashurama got up from his sleep, he saw that the blood is flowing from the wound, and he came to know, and Parashurama asked, "Dear people, you are not a Brahmana." So he was confirmed, you are not a Brahmana. So Brahmana doesn't bear this pain. The capacity of controlling the pain is not not character of a Brahmana. Only a Kshatriya can bear the pain which was inflicted on the body. So what he said, you are a Kshatriya, because a Kshatriya alone can remain unmoved under all bodily torments, all bodily torture. Whatever torture you give to the Kshatriya, he has the capacity to control his pain. So due to this knowledge, Parashurama said, you cannot be a Brahmana, you are a Kshatriya. So tell me the truth. He's asked him, tell me the truth. Karna confessed. So Karna confessed. He says, yeah, yes, I am not a Brahmana. That he had told a lie in presenting himself as a Brahmana, and that he was in fact the son of Charioteer. He said, I am not a Brahmana, I lied with you, and I am a son of a charioteer. Parashurama in his anger pronounced this curse on him. So in anger, Parashurama pronounced this curse. Since you deceived your Guru, so you have cheated your Guru, you have deceived your Guru. The Brahmastra you have learned, he has already learned the Brahmastra using of a Brahmastra. So you have earned whatever you have learned about Brahmastra, using of Brahmastra, you have learned shall fail you at a fated moment. You will forget the mantras, you will forget everything, each and everything, whatever knowledge you got, whatever you have learned it, whatever mantras you have learned from me, you will forget that mantra at a fatal moment. At that particular time you will forget that. You will be unable to recall the invocatory mantra when your hour comes. When you are about to use it, you will forget each and everything. However time you try to remember it, you cannot remember the mantras which you are required there. At that moment you will forget. So this is the curse given by Parashurama to Karna, as he had lied that he was a Brahmana, and by this way Parashurama thought that he had deceived his student, his pupil has deceived him. Therefore, he cursed him in this way. So, for today, this much is enough. Learn this till here, page number 135 till first para. So, remaining the Karna and the grandsire, I will do it in my, and his last moment, his death, the death of Karna. This both I will do it in the next video. Till then you have to learn the lesson by reading and watch this video 3 times. And I have told you that you have to learn, you have to underline the difficult words and to find out the meaning of it and write it down in your notes. I hope you are doing this. Whatever instructions I am giving you, I hope you are doing this. So take care till my next video. Thank you.